What up, y'all? This your boy Ace here, and welcome to Track and Ace. Let's talk about Lieke Klaver, man. This was one of Lieke Klaver's most impressive races of her career to me. Lieke Klaver left it all out there today, man. She really showed out in her heat against Talitha Diggs, man. Lieke Klaver, bro. I'll tell you what, I was really impressed with her run today, man. She almost hit her personal best. She had a 49.87. Her personal best is a 49.81. So for Lieke Klaver, she came very close to eclipsing that today. And it was only the semifinal. It was only the semifinal for Lieke Klaver, man. She had a really good showing. I didn't think she was going to dominate like this. You know, I had no idea. I knew she'd probably have a really good chance of getting in the final. You know, get one of the top two spots. You know, I only really had the only real threat I had in here was maybe I'm a Pippi or Shelly-Ann. That was probably like the only two. And then Roxana Gomez actually impressed in this one too. She got a near qualification type of time in this, but this race was really amazing to watch. This was probably the best of the three heats. Obviously, we had the big showdown between Marileidy, Paulino, and Adeleke. You guys can see the semifinal heats. I'm gonna display all three of them on the screen throughout the video, so don't worry about it. We're gonna talk about Natalia Kaczmarek's heat in the next video. Definitely want to talk about her reaching a 49.50, close to her personal best. And so, but this race was really interesting. So we saw that Shelly-Ann was up there. She was up there, and what was really, see, the thing about this race was you didn't really know how this was going to go. Like, Lieke Klaver was leading throughout. Like, she had full control over it. But where it got really impressive at was really along the lines with Talitha Diggs. Now, for those of y'all that don't know, in the 400, Britton Wilson and Sydney McLaughlin had to pull out because of injuries. So those two not being in it definitely opened up the door for other athletes to really get a chance to shine here and get a chance to do their thing. So that's why this race was really quite interesting. I think for Talitha Diggs, this was her chance to really make some noise as well and really show out here and really get it done. So the way the race went was, like I said before, I really thought Shelly-Ann was going to really threaten to get a spot. So she had the early lead early on, and then Lieke Klaver caught up to her, and Lieke Klaver never looked back after she caught up to her, right? But Talitha Diggs was the one that was really interesting because I'm a Pippi had like third place for a minute, and then Talitha Diggs just passed up I'm a Pippi and Shelly-Ann towards the end there and got second place. So Talitha Diggs really willed herself on in those last 200 meters of the race and had an impressive. And Talitha Diggs did something similar to that at Nationals. And I think Talitha Diggs is going to be a real threat for the podium, to be honest with y'all, because I remember when she turned on the Jets. She turned on the Jets at Nationals in the final. It really did a really good job. So Talitha Diggs gets a 50.86. to get one of the two qualifying spots, and nobody else qualified from this heat, by the way. It was only Lieke Klaver and Talitha Diggs, but it was some real awesome work from Lieke Klaver. This was probably, for me, man, this was probably in the 400, probably Lieke Klaver's second best race I've ever seen her race, besides her personal best run that she had. This was the best. This was the second best run that she ever had. And my thinking is right now, if Lieke Klaver could put some pressure on Natalia Kaczmarek in the final, she could steal third. She could steal third place and get on the podium, bro. I honestly would expect Lieke Klaver to be somewhere in that top 4, top 5 in the final. I will be very disappointed if she finishes outside of the final. Just based on the way she ran here today in the semifinal, she should be able to find a way to get in there. Now, Sada Williams is going to be the real test for her, because Sada Williams, man, I'm telling you right now, man, she's going to be a threat on the podium as well. Because that's actually who Natalia Kaczmarek has to beat probably to get on the podium. And like I said, Lieke Klaver has ran against Natalia Kaczmarek quite a bit in her career, especially this season. And it's going to be, I think it's going to be a battle of wills between those two, you know, to see if they can do what they can do. Now, on the outside, you got Cynthia Bolingo and Candice McLeod. Mainly Cynthia Bolingo will probably be the biggest threat to any of those girls that I just mentioned to get up there. Sada Williams, talking about Sada Williams here, Lieke Klaver and Natalia Kaczmarek. I think she'll be the biggest threat to upset any of them. But I'm telling you to watch out for Talitha Diggs, because Talitha Diggs knows how to run under a 50 flat, and she can sneak in there, bro, because she always shows up in the finals. And I will think that you might need a 49.5 or better, maybe a 49.4 to possibly get on that podium, but we'll see, because Paulino and Adeleke, that's going to be the battle for 1 and 2. You know, I think those two will be up there, 1 and 2. Adeleke and Paulino will be the battle. You know, not knowing that they don't have to deal with Cindy. See, with Cindy McLaughlin and Britton Wilson not being in there, third place is wide open behind those two right there. And those two know that they got it. Now, I'm still of the believer. I know a lot of people, because they saw what Cindy McLaughlin did at Nationals, they believe that she would have beat Paulino anyways. But I'm telling you, man, I still had Paulino beating Cindy McLaughlin either way. I don't care what nobody says. I still have Marileidy Paulino beating Cindy McLaughlin on the world stage, because I still think that there's still that wall that Cindy has to climb over. She's still got a learning curve in the 400. And I just think that Paulino was going to be that wall for her. But I think Cindy was going to figure it out by next summer Olympics. I think she's going to, if she doesn't drop out, has an injury or anything like that, I think she's going to win gold in this 400 event next year. But Adeleke, bro, there's going to be some pressure on Adeleke, though. Now, she had a really good showing in college this year, but there's going to be some real pressure on her from girls like Natalia Kaczmarek right behind her, who could steal second. But that's why I said, if Lieke Klaver could just have if she could run for a new personal best, Lieke Klaver could threaten it, and she'll definitely have a spot in the top 4, top 5. I think that'd be a huge win for Lieke Klaver, even if she doesn't get on the podium. If she could stay in that top 4, top 5 positioning, and just does what she needs to do, man. So it is going to be amazing to see this race, man. I cannot wait. But great work from Lieke Klaver and Talitha Diggs. That was a really good battle to watch. Even though Lieke Klaver was never in question to lose, I still thought it was like, I mean, just the battle between Ama Pippi, Talitha Diggs, and Shelly-Ann was really good. And then Roxana Gomez kind of sneaking up in there for third. Kind of sad that I see her make the final, but you know, that was a really good showing from her. But let me get y'all thoughts on this, man. Shout out to Jacob the Analyst. Make sure y'all subscribe to this channel, man. Go ahead and give this video a like, share, subscribe, y'all. We're going to talk about Natalia Kaczmarek in the next video. Thank y'all for watching. Oh my God. Thank y'all for watching Track and Ace.